All right, at Ben and Kelly Show, you can get in and send us a DM. We'll turn around, shoot it out to our listeners and see if we can help you out as we dive into the DMs.
Yep. So Megan said, hey, Ben and Kelly, my husband and I have a 10-month-old son. He's absolutely glorious.
Aw.
We love being parents more than we thought we would, and we're looking into starting the IVF process again to have another.
Ah, gotcha.
But literally everyone we mention this to says the second kid is always the worst, worse than the first. Is that true? It was definitely the case in my family. I was the easy firstborn. My younger brother was a hellion from the start and still is at 37. Am I pushing my luck by wanting to have another baby? I'm 39, so it's not like I have a lot of time to mull this over.
Oh. Thinking about my family, the second born.
I mean, you knocked out 2 in one swoop.
I did.
And then your third. Do you consider your third actually your second?
No.
Because the first 2 came together?
No, I consider my third.
Okay.
But yeah, so, I mean, technically, like, in our family, Isabella is the oldest, Sophia is the middle child, and Zoe's the youngest. Even though the middle child is only 2 minutes apart from the older child. But,
right.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I think, don't worry about the what ifs if you want to have another kid.
Exactly. I think, you can sit there all day long and be like, well, what if they're difficult and in whatever. If you want more children, then have more children. But I don't think that you can sit there and try to predict what kind of a person they're going to end up being. Parenting has their challenges, no matter how many kids you have.
I don't know if this is going to help. Zach texted in and said, yeah, it's so true. My son is a demon compared to my daughter who was born first.
Oh, boy.
So, yeah.
Well, I will say I needed a different set of tools for each of my kids.
Katie texted in and said, that's 100% true.
Yeah.
If my second one had been born first, I wouldn't have ever had a second one.
I don't think this is helping. I don't think it's helping.
I will say also that my wife and I have said if we had 2 of Zoe at the same time, there would be no third.
Yep.
So there is something special about that second or third because, they're competing a little bit more with and trying to kind of elbow their way into their space in the family.
Now, listen, Brittany's all like bucking the system. She says, my first was my problem child. My second was wonderful.
All right.
So, yeah. So here's the thing. My niece, she's going to be 16. She was my sister's firstborn. When she was born, she had colic from like 6 weeks to like 8 months.
Oh, wow.
And I kind of watched my sister struggle with that. And I mean, she was like, to try to calm her down, she was sitting on one of those exercise balls and would bounce her for like hours. I mean, trying to use gripe water. There's all sorts of tricks. She was trying to help ease this. Colic is like no joke. And I was not certain that I could handle that. I'm like, if that is the way it's going to be, I'm not sure if kids are going to be in the cards for me because wow, it was a lot.
But it worked out.
Oh, yeah. She's an amazing kid. They went on and had 2 more.
Look, honestly, our text line is blown up with opposites of, hey, my first was my worst, my second was my best, and yes, you're entirely true. My first was my best, and my second was, my problem child. So,
And then people chiming in with girls versus boys.
Yeah.
Because that's exactly the case for me. I have one of each, and they are very different with how you handle things. So you need like different tools. You need a different set of skills to be able to figure out how to handle their things. And our daughter has been more of a challenge in trying to figure that part out.
Well, Megan, what we're saying is you do you. And, if
your dream has always been to have more than one child,
exactly.
then don't let any fear of how hard it's going to be scare you away from it. Because again, everyone that's chiming in that says, oh, one of my kids was harder than the other. None of them are saying, I wish I didn't have that kid.
Right.
So, our family is complete with our 2. And I know your you feel the same way. And it's, you know, it's really a personal decision about how many kids that you want to surround yourself with and how big you want your family to be. And don't let anything like that scare you away.
All right. Good luck, Megan.